expression that I am. Now, I put the comma here for a reason, because I'm you, I'm those bottles up there, I am the clock, I am the stairs, I am Scott, I'm the President of the United States, I am also the Illuminati. We are all of it. In oneness, we are all of it. So it's important not to separate out, otherwise we go into duality, and we don't want to do that. There is a false ascension line that is, oh, I just love being, and I'm this, and I'm that, and you have to realize, wait, in oneness, you can't just be one fragment. You're all of it. I go back to my guide showing me the big fishbowl. In the fishbowl was a piranha, a shark, a dolphin, a sea lion, everything benevolent and everything harmful in the sea. They said, you choose, you're all of that. Which one do you want to bring to the surface? So being in your light body, choosing light, is not an exclusion of the shark in you, the piranha in you. It's all you. What you do is you master that. And then that's the ascension line we want to be on. The ascended masters did not become ascended masters because they ignored their shadow side. Oh no, you master it. But there's a lot of people out there that don't talk about the shadow side. So now, let's go over this. The fearful seek to serve themselves by mastering the world and others. How much of the world is that right now? A lot. Would you say 3/4?
Not least.
The fearless seek to serve by mastering themselves. Which one are you? So, Saint Germain was talking to me about intention, and he said, dear, it's so important you remember why you're doing this and why you've been called to do this. My intention isn't to empower you guys. I know how to empower me. I'm empowering you so you can become the gods that you are and teach you the ways of doing it that I have learned. So you can stand up and become gods on earth. What would this earth become if we all walked into our full empowerment? Holy cow, could we create them? It would be masterful. So we're going to do a few changes starting next week. Linda is going to take the month of November. We're going to do a 20-minute segment every session on healing with the I Am. Different ways of doing it. And then I would like a volunteer to take December. There'll probably only be 3 weeks in December. Anybody volunteer? Well, you get selected if you don't.
Oh, Leanne, there you go.
I'd like to, but just depending on my work schedule.
Okay, maybe you could co-share with somebody, so they could, who would co-share with her? Elizabeth?
Yeah, again, it's my schedule too. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Okay, well, let's put you two as a team and we'll say, work it out, guys, okay? So there's different ways you can use this, and that's what I want to bring out today, is different ways of doing it.
I could be a backup.
Yes.
Who's going to be, okay, great, we'll get back up.
We'll get it figured out.
So, I want to do something, it's a demonstration. I'm going to ask you guys not to go into fear. It's a very powerful demonstration, and I promise you at the end you'll be left more powerful. Agreed? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mighty I Am Presence, I command that everybody's brain be turned off right now, that they cannot think. When you feel your brain go neutral, raise your hand. Okay, mighty I Am Present, those that are still in the room, that are still thinking, turn that brain off, magnify it 100,000 times. Okay, well, did you your spring go off?
I can't stop thinking.
Okay.
I probably was.
Mighty I am presence, I command by the power of the gods, turn off their brains now.
Okay, I'm just thinking about you.
Don't think about me. Okay, so everybody pretty much got their brain turned off? Just raise your hand. You know, I don't want you thinking, I just want your brains turned off. Okay, mighty I am presence, turn on all their brains now, allow them to think. Okay, how's that feel? Did you feel a difference? Okay, now if I left it at that, you would go home going, wow, she's that powerful that she can turn off the brain? No. I am powerful, but you're powerful too. But in the world, this is what they're doing. This is how we're being controlled. Subliminal on so many different levels, TV, propaganda, all the stuff you see on the news, all the fearful test results, all the different things that come out is a way of controlling you. Now, I'm going to do it again, and this time you refuse to accept that command.
I refuse first.
Okay. That's why I said go with it. Mighty I am presence, turn off everybody's brain and magnify it 100 trillion fold. Anybody not be able to turn their brains back on while I said that? Everybody okay? Mighty I am presence, cancel that command. Thank you. Now those that haven't been here before, when you see me blow, it's a Merlin trick and it brings it stronger into manifestation. Okay? Point made. Anybody have any questions about that? Okay? We're all good? Did your brain finally get turned off? Okay. Well, come up here. Just me? Yeah. Okay. I remember teaching a class where I told everybody to not look when I was teaching. And so 3/4 of the people didn't look. But then I would see the other quarter looking. But they missed the point of what I was trying to share by looking. And it's because we're afraid. We're afraid inside because we've been so controlled. Okay. Mighty I am presence. And the I am presence. Turn off the brain now. Resist. Okay. Resist. Okay, mighty I am presence. Turn on her brain now. Better than ever.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Interesting. Yay, I hope it's better than
Yes. Could I just sit over behind you? May, so I can hear you.
There's a chair right here we
Is
can
there
roll
a chair
over.
we can roll over there for her? Yes, absolutely. I'm trying to project as loud as possible, but we'll get me a microphone or something. This doesn't roll. Make it lower.
Do you want my chair?
Let's see, I'm gonna put her in here, and it won't roll. We don't want you landing on the floor. That would not be good. I have to do some immediate rescue work. Yes. All right, now, another tool that you can use is, who was I talking to about going back and erasing? Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the issue? Would you go up here?
Thoughts that you might have thought that were very kind.
Okay.
And you could go back a couple of days and remember, oh, I thought a thought a couple of days ago that I didn't cancel out. And you can use that.
You can use that
Yeah.
prayer. Okay, let's, have you hurt yourself recently anywhere on your body?
I have some belly ache issues that have been going on for a while, so.
having belly aches, difficulties, yeah, because, and we're gonna talk about, we're going into the community chakra, and that's why. So have you hit yourself on a door or anything where you've got a bruise or?
I kind of have a little neck issues from bumping my head on one side a while ago. And it,
Which side?
I hit my head on this side, and so this side gets really tight and crunchy.
Okay, all right, so let's work with that, okay? Think of this side, think of when you hit your head.
Okay.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, think of it.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So I want you to go back to the scene where you hit your head.
Okay.
Energetically rewind with the intention, rewind back to that and ask the object to take back the energy.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Resist. You're still weak. Okay. Let me get here next to you so I can feel what you're doing. Okay, so you go back to where it occurred, see the object. You say, I refuse to accept this hit on the head. I choose through my mighty I am presence, everything be restored in my brain back to where it was before the bump. And you say, take this back.
Take this back.
So be it.
So be it.
Okay, resist. Okay, now you got it.
Strong.
Yeah. So now if that should, another level, that should come up.
Okay.
All you have to do is say, I refuse to accept this, and take it back.
Okay.
Okay? This is owning your power. In everything
Yeah.
you do,
Yeah.
you own your power.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're a victim to, oh, poor me, this happened, now I.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
I have a question. What if it's something like I have injured my foot? I know it happened during yoga. I don't know when. How do you address
Right here.
it? Oh, okay.
You don't have to know when you think of the scene of yoga, and you think of all of a sudden you were not able to walk,
Okay.
okay, or wherever the injury, is it the right?
It's this.
Left side. Okay, so think of this situation before we do the command,
Okay.
okay? You are resisting, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I
Okay.
am.
Now, I want you to say, mighty I am presence,
Mighty I am presence.
I command
I command
that whatever happened to my foot during that yoga session,
whatever happened to my foot during that yoga session,
that timeline
that timeline
be removed now,
be removed now,
and my foot restored to normal.
and my foot restored to normal.
Okay, now resist. Blow in your hand. Blow in your hand. Okay, now resist. Can you feel the difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That powerful.
That's amazing.
Okay, let's talk with you. So recently, she had some lab work done. It wasn't promising, correct?
Well, right, I left after last week's class, after you wonderfully worked on me to go and have the procedure to have a stent removed from previous kidney stone surgery, and the urologist was not able to remove all the stones. So my intention had been for the past couple of months through herbs and oils and intention, decree that the stones were to be removed because I had to have another surgery, because he didn't get it all. And so I left here to go get the stent removed. I had a CAT scan done, and the urologist would not remove the stent because they're on the CAT scan, that I physically saw, there are 2 small stones, which they were less. He did say, Scott, what you said, they were 95% gone, just as you said, but there were 2 stones in the ureter, between the bladder and the kidney, and because they are together, if he would have taken the stent out, the possibility of them blocking that ureter would have been a serious kidney issue with a blockage, and he said, we can't do that. You have to have them surgically removed. So I left there very calm, but stunned. responsible thing to do is they scheduled me for another surgery November 12th.
Okay,
Because they said I can't afford to have kidneys shut down on me.
okay, so they put the fear into you.
Well, and I understand that, but see, I've had I will say that I feel like I have fear from the past because I've had such major, when I learn something, I do it, and my faith, even from old religious teachings that I don't practice anymore, I believe in faith and I've worked at that through, family situations and other major things in my life, then that have not worked, and so when you get the rug pulled out so many times, that fear of loss or disappointment kicks in.
Absolutely it does. And kidneys hold fear. That's where it's housed. So I'm going to give you some tools by backing up with some stories, okay? And then when we do a little more work later on after, we will do some more hands-on work with you, okay? So when I was very ill, my kidneys shut down, both of them, to 14% operating power. They were 4 times their size. That is bad. That is definitely, if I'd allowed myself to believe the doctors, would have been on the kidney dialysis. I didn't accept that. I said, no, it's not my pattern, not where I'm going. I refuse. Now, everybody has to make their personal choice. I'm not saying you can make the choice for surgery. That's incorrect. But I chose to be accountable for myself if I died by not having anything.
But my intention has always been not to have another surgery.
Okay, so if your intention is that, we'll work with that.
Okay.
Like mine was. Okay, so I had past lives where I lost my kidneys and died of kidney problems. Everybody in my family had kidney problems. I used to bleed from the kidneys. I mean, there was a lot with my kidneys. They held huge amounts of fear. So I had to spend some time working on that. Taking all the herbs to break up stones, to break up the inflammation, watching my kidneys, trying to hydrate because they weren't working, so they didn't filter anything. So I was very toxic. So recently, that's that story, and I made it through, and Scott can tell you how my kidneys doing, Scott.
You're doing really good.
See, called him, he didn't know any of this wasn't pre-planned, this
No.
wasn't anything. I'm shooting from the hips. So, now, here's something else. I had a girlfriend call me, and she goes, I've got this mole on my hand that is growing. It's the size of the end of a pencil. It hurts like crazy. She goes, I don't know if I'm going to have to go get it removed or not. And I said, well, you don't have to unless that's where you want to go. And she goes, well, I'm hurting. I said, okay, magic iron presence, call forth a giant eraser to begin erasing the mole off of her hand. Can you do that, magic iron presence? Yes. Will you do that? Yes. Thank you for doing that. Yes. I put it on automatic pilot. Then we inserted heavenly goo. And that's what we're going to do with you, heavenly goo. Heavenly goo went in and started eating up all of the leaders, everything in her body that was creating that mole. It's been 2 months. I talked to her yesterday, and she said, you know what? It's gone. She said, it is totally gone. So she has some other moles that she's going to work on too. Now, if you've gone to a doctor, I'm not saying don't go to doctors. I'm just saying there's things you can do, and because of the vibrations on the planet, we have more power than we've ever had. So at the